Throughout history, there are certain figures whose very existence challenges norms and radiates unparalleled beauty, not just in terms of physical grace, but in the brilliance of their intellect and spirit. Today, we uncover the story of one such extraordinary woman, Hypatia of Alexandria. Born around 350 to 370 CE, Hypatia lived during an era when Alexandria, Egypt, was the intellectual beacon of antiquity. Known as the last great philosopher of ancient Alexandria, Hypatia combined profound wisdom with an aura of elegance so mesmerizing that she continues to dazzle our imagination centuries later. Pause for a moment. Imagine walking through the great streets of Alexandria. The Mediterranean breeze brushes your face as towering structures of gleaming limestone reach for the sky. This was a world of intellectual fervor, where libraries housed the collective knowledge of civilizations. And at the heart of this bustling intellectual haven stood Hypatia, daughter of Theon, a mathematician and astronomer, and a scholar in her own right. Hypatia wasn't just any scholar. In an age when societal roles for women were limited, she rose to prominence as a leading mathematician, philosopher, and astronomer. Hypatia was considered the embodiment of Neoplatonism, an intuitive philosophy that combined logic with spiritual understanding. Her work on geometry, algebra, and astronomy wasn't just seen as groundbreaking. It elevated her status as a revered teacher in Alexandria. Picture Hypatia walking through the agora, her graceful movements cloaked in an intricately woven chiton of soft linen. Her garments reflected the wealth of knowledge she carried within. Her sleeves bore celestial patterns, each stitch perhaps an allusion to the stars she taught about. Her presence commanded attention, not because of adornments or jewels, but due to the sheer intensity of her mind and demeanor. This was a time when Hypatia's lectures drew audiences from across the empire. Imagine her standing under the colonnades, her voice resonating with wisdom as she broke down the mysteries of Euclid's geometry, or dissected the celestial rhythms governing earthly phenomena. Admirers likened her speech to poetry, each word a melody. Yet Hypatia's beauty was not merely a surface trait. It was the allure of someone so profoundly dedicated to truth and learning. Even her detractors marveled at her dignity. According to historical accounts, she remained unmarried, choosing instead a life committed to academics and philosophical exploration. She symbolized independence and defied the norms of her time with grace and unwavering courage. But like all extraordinary figures in history, Hypatia's life wasn't without its controversies. The early 5th century was an era of immense political and religious upheaval. Conflicts had brewed between Christians, pagans, and other factions, and Alexandria became a powder keg of tension. Hypatia found herself caught between these conflicting forces due to her association with Neoplatonism and her friendship with the pagan Roman governor Orestes. Her nuanced stance, she wasn't anti-Christian but believed in scientific inquiry and free thought, earned her ardent followers but also dangerous enemies. Some accused her of wielding sorcery. Others demonized her as the embodiment of pagan resistance. But Hypatia continued to openly teach and live by her principles. Imagine her, continuing her lessons under the shadow of mounting resistance, her every step embodying bravery in the face of uncertainty. This dedication to knowledge, however, came at a tragic cost. The environment in Alexandria boiled over, culminating in a horrific end to Hypatia's luminous life. In 415 CE, amidst riots incited by religious fervor and escalating political tensions, Hypatia was brutally murdered, a martyr for free thinking in a world teetering on the edge of anti-intellectual suppression. And yet, Hypatia, this brave woman clad in dignity and intelligence, could not be erased. Her name still echoes in humanity's shared memory, inspiring generations long after her death. She became a towering symbol of wisdom, curiosity, and defiance against ignorance. Through art, literature, and film, her story has been revived and retold, ensuring her legacy as not just a pioneer of learning but also a timeless icon of beauty, grace, and strength. Today, we can find parallels to her life echoed in debates about education, freedom of thought, and women in science. Hypatia's commitment to the pursuit of knowledge above all serves as a universal message. Beauty and wisdom, when united, can illuminate the darkest times. As we imagine Hypatia in her natural surroundings, transporting ourselves into her world, it's a realization that the essence of her beauty wasn't in conformity, but in courage. It was found in her unyielding, unapologetic dedication to knowledge. This serves as a reminder to strive for curiosity, rebel against ignorance, and see the beauty in the realms of the mind. So, next time you gaze at the stars, think of the intelligible beauty that Hypatia must have seen in them. A beauty she dedicated her life to understanding, mapping, and sharing with anyone willing to learn. That is the eternal grace of Hypatia of Alexandria. Ensure the expanded voiceover is even more entertaining, but that it maintains the same style, tone, and key points as the original.